Dear devotees, dear friends, dear sincere seekers, my respects to you all. We've come today with some words from Srila Bhaktisundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and always giving us divine guidance. And these words are indeed from a book called Divine Guidance by Srila Govinda Maharaj. So first to our masters, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and the Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga, our obeisances to all of these grand teachers, the teachers not just of knowledge, but giving the heart conception of love of God and how to achieve love of God. So, in the book Divine Guidance, a question comes to Srila Gurudev Srila Govinda Maharaj. The question is that Rupa Goswami can express conceptions using Sanskrit and Bengali words, and your divine grace, Srila Bhaktisundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and your divine grace can do also. But how shall we translate the word Dibya? If we say divine, that indicates only heaven. And if we say consciousness, that is only general consciousness. There is no word for Goloka and no word for Chinmoy. We need to translate into English, but we do not have the appropriate words. Then what shall we do? So this question came to Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, and he's answering. We will always try our best to express everything properly according to our capacity. Even our own understanding may not be real actually, although our feelings tell us that it is. In my own childhood, when I used to hear songs about Radha Krishna Leela, sometimes I would sit as if unconscious while imagining those pastimes. I would visualize what is happening there, what Krishna is doing, what his associates are doing, and many things. Now I think differently, but at that time I thought what I saw was real. And when I would hear or sometimes sing the Goshtiya Leela songs, that is the songs about Krishna's cowherd pastimes, or cowherding pastimes, then I became fully attracted. Not only attracted, but completely charmed. Captured by that illusion, I considered myself as also going with that party for herding cows. That is an auspicious thing, no doubt. But now I can understand it was one kind of illusion. And by the grace of Srila Guru Maharaj, I was protected from being too much involved with it. In this way, no bad reaction came to me. Now I am worshipping from a distance the whole of that realm. But at that time I was thinking, and very heavily feeling also, that I was actually part of that Leela. Now I can understand it was something, but not the real thing. So there may be many things, but everything is mixed with the mundane conception. Now Srila Gurudev is going to give some example of personalities, and of one personality, a dear godbrother of Srila Guru Maharaj, who is also Srila Guru Maharaj's friend and associate. Srila Guru Maharaj and Sripad Jajava Maharaj used to talk together, and sometimes those talks were very heavy. Srila Guru Maharaj always supported the consciousness line, whereas Sripad Jajava Maharaj always analyzed and categorized everything. He would see things from an analytical viewpoint. Analyzing may not always be bad, but when you want to stand in the plane of consciousness, and if you can stand there, then you can see everything. otherwise not. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Vichakshana kori dekhite chahile, hoya anki agochara. And in Gurudev's words, if you want to analyze everything, it will disappear from your view. When you go to put your eye to that subject, to look, scrutinize and analyze, it will disappear. If you take that approach, it will be very difficult for you. But if you stay in the real conscious plane, everything will appear before you. There are two kinds of appearance, real appearance and illusory appearance. Where there is mundane consciousness, something is appearing. But we can say that is illusion. Where there is mundane consciousness, something is appearing. But we can say that is illusion. That illusory appearance may sometimes be achieved by the application of the power of the yogis or by the use of drugs. But it is all illusory. By controlling the senses, the yogis can stay in some plane of consciousness. But that is not the real Krishna conscious plane. And then quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, Yamadibir yoga patai kama loba hato muhu mukunda sevaya yadvat tatatmadha sa shamyati. And Srila Gurudev is explaining what we may see through the practice of yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, dharana, dhyana, etc., is also the shadow, not the real thing. Through yoga, at best we can see only the light of Paramatma and have some connection with him. But we cannot attain to the pastimes of Krishna and the world of Krishna through that method. In Sri Brahma Samhita it is said, Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yang shyama sundaram achintya guna svarupam govindam adi purusham tammahang bhajami. Quote, when my heart is full with Krishna prema and my eyes are decorated with the love of dedication and they get that transcendental vision, then I shall be able to see my heart and everywhere. I shall be able to see in my heart and everywhere those pastimes of Vrindavan. So when my heart is full with Krishna prema and my eyes are decorated with the love of dedication and they get that transcendental vision, then I shall be able to see in my heart and everywhere those pastimes of Vrindavan. Then Srila Gurudev is saying, devotion is the necessity. Srila Rupa Goswami clearly says that only by devotion is one able to feel and see everything. Sometimes devotees would ask Srila Guru Maharaj, what should I think about when I chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Should I think of the deity or the devotees or their paraphernalia? But Srila Guru Maharaj would reply, no, nothing. You only pray to Sri Nama. Please show your form and chant without offense. When that transcendental Nama Prabhu will appear in your heart, your body will also become transcendental. Chinmoy Deha. So that was Srila Guru Maharaj's reply. And then Srila Gurudev is saying, the scriptures give us many directions about how to practice devotional life. They are something like instructions from an expert who can make a particular thing. An expert in electronics can build several tape recorders or radios every day. It is very easy for him. he is qualified, so he can give instructions to others about how to do it. He will say, if you do like this and this, you will also be qualified, and you will find it to be a very easy thing. The scriptures come to us in a similar way. Vyasadeva and other rishis and munis are very expert, and they express, if you try to practice in this way, it is very easy. But actually, to go to that plane is very hard. We see that there are many disturbances and many offenses and other obstacles. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, this is our reading for today. And of course we can read the whole book and happily do so. But sometimes to take one point, to consider something which is coming to us as a particular message within a talk, sometimes that's very helpful for us. And we know, because here, wherever we are, wherever it is here, very often in the morning program, we do say to the devotees, please remember something that we are hearing this morning. We'll ask afterwards what it is that we've heard this morning from Srila Gurudev or Srila Guru Maharaj or Srila Prabhupada. And this way, daily we are reading from their books and or seeing their videos and or hearing their audio. And seeing their video means of course with the audio and with the many cases with the subtitles as well, so that we can see the transcript of their talks, and this is very helpful for everyone. So we can watch a 45 or hear a 45-minute talk, which by the way in those days was the length, 45 minutes was the length of one side of a cassette tape that you'd have to put in the machine. When 45 minutes was finished of it recording, reel to reel, to take it out, turn it over and put it into the machine again if the talk was longer than 45 minutes. So this is why we mention 45 minutes. If we hear a 45-minute talk, then how much do we come away with? We must try to be conscious about that. And here we've heard Srila Gurudev saying that the scriptures and the masters, the scriptures have come from the masters, they are giving us like instructions, similar to the instructions of somebody who can make a transistor radio or a tape recorder. They're giving us instructions about things which, if we don't get instruction, we will never understand ourselves, how to do by ourselves. But by the grace of those who know how to make a cassette player, then we can make a cassette player. But by the grace of those who know about spiritual life, then we can come into the safe path of the spiritual journey. And by the continued grace of the Vaishnavas and the Lord, then may we stay on that path safely, because as ended here, Srila Gurudev saying, there can be many obstacles on the path. But obstacles are there to strengthen us, to teach us, and we need to cross over all of these obstacles and continue by the grace of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So always under the guidance of an expert, always under the guidance of those who can help us on our journey. And ideally that will be the pure devotee who's come from Goloka Vrindavan. We know that's the ideal. That is Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. But we have also our friends and each other, and each of us, we can support each other and help each other along that journey. And last week we were reading some from the scripture. We're reading some examples about how those of our same level, we need to associate and get strength from each other. And just like the Napoleonic chair during the wartime of Napoleon, he saved his army from perishing by each one sitting on the lap of the other. So they're all helping each other. They're all giving life to each other. And this way, again, it's an example for a particular case. But in this way, we can each get help from each other. But we must give honor to everyone. We must be humble. We must be tolerant. We must not want honor for ourselves. This is Mahaprabhu's formula. And this is to be the life of the devotees. Not to criticize anyone, not to gossip about anyone, whether it's the material, politicians, film stars, or whatever it may be, or whether it's the devotees. It is all negative, and especially about the devotees, we must be very careful and see only their good devotional qualities and nothing else. So here we've got divine guidance from the book Divine Guidance by Srila Gurudev. Some reflections this morning. We must be under a proper guide in order to see things properly, and we must follow their directions and not just know their directives. Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda, Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Vishwaranya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, all the unlimited numbers of devotees ki Jai, and Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Garadhara, Shri Vasari, Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda.